getting destroyed. So we will do that kind of sound effects in the next video, I think, by using a different kind of technique called upload that will help us manage.
Hello friends, welcome to the Godot game development tutorials for beginners, and in this video we are going to learn on how to make an enemy follow the player. And in this particular game, what we are building, we are going to make a Kamikaze enemy ship that will try to run over or crash towards the player's ship. And if you guys are new to this tutorial, let me remind you, we are in the part 13 of Godot game development tutorials for beginners. But if you guys just want to learn on how to make the enemy follow the player, you guys are welcome, and you guys follow along, and for the rest of us, we will also follow along. And let me show you what we have achieved so far in our game. So if I click on the play button, then we have got the asteroid that our enemies, and we can destroy it like this. And now we are going to add another enemy to our game, that is Kamikaze enemies that will try to crash towards the player ship. And let's make it. First of all, let me show you what kind of scenes we have right now. So we have got the player scene. So this is our player scene, character body 2D, and which we can control. And this is our enemy scene, just one enemy right now, the asteroid enemy. Yeah, it has got a sprite 2D collision shape, animated sprites like this. And next we have the game over scene that we see when our health is below 0. And next we have the bullet scene. So this is the bullet. And the main scene, that's all thing combined. Yeah, player scene and parallax background here. So we have got the parallax background scene, and this is our main scene. Now we will add another scene to our game, that is the enemy ship. Right now we just have the enemy, that's the asteroid, and it does nothing, it just falls downwards from the top of the screen. Yeah, and now we are going to make a new enemy for our game. So let's make that. For that, we will go to the scene tab and just click on the new scene. And now let's just select other node, and our scene, we select character CHARCT, character body 2D, and create. So we have got the character body 2D here, and let me just rename it. I will just rename it to ENEMY, enemy ship. Yeah, and next let's click on the enemy ship, right click and add another node, animated animated sprite 2D. So we are going to make animated sprite 2D for our enemy ship. And let's add some sprite frames for our enemy ship first. Yeah, we can see nothing right now. First of all, let's click on the sprite 2D, and let's click on the inspector panel here. And now here in the animation property and in the sprite frame property, we are going to click on empty and just click on new sprite frames. That's it. We just click on the enemy ship right now and get back to enemy sprite 2D, and we can see the sprite frames tab here below. And let's add some of the sprite frames for our enemy ship. For that, let's go to our assets folder. So these are our assets. You can find this in the video link, asset link that I will provide, and I've been providing you guys in every video. And we will select these enemies. Okay, so this will be our Kamikaze enemy ships. So first of all, let's go to our project and let's make a new folder. Right click and make a folder, and I will just say enemy underscore ship ships create. Okay, so we have created an enemy ships folder. Now let's get back, and here we are going to take 3 frames of different colored enemies. Yeah, 1, 2 and 3. So let's drag it and drag it to our project and drag it inside the enemy ships folder. So we have got the enemy ships. Now let me just drag it one by one. First frame, second frame and third frame. So we have got green, red and blue colored enemy ships, and this is our default animation. The name is default, and for this we don't want to change the animation. Okay, so for that I'll just write here 0 frames per second. So we are not changing the animation. We will just select each frame for our enemy ship instant, and that's why I just wrote 0 here. And also we are not using loop, animation loop. Let's just click here and make it off. Yeah, animation loop is off. And another thing, we want to make it auto load, autoplay unload. So this default animation will be loaded automatically once the enemy ship instance is created, and it will load one of these 3. Between one of these 3 costumes, it will load one. And next the enemy ship will be destroyed. Yeah, if we fire the gun at it. So let's make another animation just inside here. Just click in this plus icon, add animation, and we are going to write the name here explosion and explosion. So we have created another animation, explosion, and here we are going to place some of the frames of explosion that we have already. There are a lot of explosion frames, about 8. So let's drag it one by one. This one, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth and 9. Okay, so we have got this animation will be played when the plane or the enemy ship crashes, or the enemy ship is being hit by the bullet of the player. So we will play this animation, and for this animation we don't want it looping. Yeah, so we will just click here, so it does not has to loop. Yeah, it will just do one time. It's a little bit slow. Let me make it a little bit faster by changing the animation frame to 10 frames per second. So let's play it. Okay, look good. 10 frames per second looks good timing for this explosion animation. And this is the default animation. Yeah, it's at 0 frames per second. It will not change the frames. And that's it. Next let's add the collision shape for our enemy ship. That's how it interacts with the world of the game. So let's click on the enemy ship, right click, add, and let's search for collision collision shape 2D, create. Okay, and now let's go to inspector here and select the empty of the shape, and here we are going to select circular shape. And so this is our collision box. It looks small, so let me make it a little bit bigger by dragging this red dot. How much? Okay, Let me make it a little bit small. Okay, this much looks good. Yeah, if the bullet hits this area, then it is hit. So that's our collision shape for our enemy ship, and we have got the enemy sprite 2D, animated sprite 2D for animations, and we have got collision shape. Now save it. Hit Control S for save, and we are going to save our scene inside the scenes folder here, and we are going to call it enemy_ships.ts and save. So our enemy ship scene has been saved. Now let's click on the enemy ship here, the root node, and we are going to attach a script for our enemy scene. Let's hit here this plus icon, and first of all let's select a folder for our script. So we are going to place our enemy ship.gd or a script inside the script folder. Double click on the script folder here. We are going to click open, and we are going to save it as enemy_ships.gd. Hit create. So we have created the scripts for our enemy ship. Yeah, and we have got a lot of things going on here, so we don't want anything from this character body 2D that already written a script, so we are going to delete these things, delete it. And next, we don't want a constant speed, we also don't want a jump velocity, also don't want a constant speed. Yeah, we might want, so let's make variables for our enemy ship. First of all, we actually want a speed variable. Var, let's create a variable as speed speed equals to 150 for now. Yeah, save it. So our enemy ship is going to have a speed, by that speed it's going to chase the player. And next, what do we want? Okay, we just want to drag our animated sprite 2D node inside our enemy ship like this, and keep on pressing the control and just release it. And we have got animated sprite 2D variable that will hold the animated sprite 2D node, and that's it. Save it. Now let's make a function called _ready. Yeah, here func _ready by ready. So this function will be called every time once the enemy ship is instantiated or made. And here first we are going to select the frame for our animated for our enemy ship. Okay, for that we are going to write animated sprite 2D dot and frame frame equals to, so we are going to just choose a random frame for our ship from 0 to 2. Okay, for that we are going to use a function called randi range. Yeah, random integer range from 0, 2. So this will just choose a random number between 0 and 2. Sometimes it will choose 0, sometimes it will choose 1, sometimes it will choose 2, so that whenever the enemy spawns, then we see a different colored enemy. Save it, and that's for the frame. Next, let's make the speed also random. Okay, some enemies will move at very high speed, some enemies move at slow speed. For that, here we are going to change the speed as speed equal to, we do the same thing, we are going to use rand int _range, and we are going to give a value from 150, 400. So the speed of the enemy ship will be between 150 to 400 in a random range. Save it. So we have got the speed in a random fashion. And next, our enemy ship is actually going to chase the player, so we need to get the player. Yeah, first of all, let's go where the player is in the main scene. Let me just click in the 2D in the main scene. We don't have to switch to scripts. Okay, so in the main scene we have got a player node here. So what we are going to do is, here we are going to first let's create a variable here, player var player. Player. So this variable will hold the player node, and here inside the underscore ready function we are going to assign a player equals to get underscore node, inside here slash root slash main slash player. So in this way we can access the player node like this also. Yeah, so we just use a get node function, and then we will use the root node. Yeah, we go to the root of the tree, then we go to the main scene here, main node, and inside the main node there is a player node, and in this way we can access our player node like this. So this player node, the player node will be held by this player variable for our character body 2D, that means the enemy ship. Save it. And next let's go to the physics underscore process function, and here we are going to write something. First of all, if player, so if there is a player, actual player, yeah, if the player variable is not empty, then what we are going to do, we are going to get the direction for that player. For that we are going to create a variable called var direction, rect, and direction equals to player dot global global underscore position. Position. So this will get the global position of the player node minus, what we are going to do is we are going to minus global underscore position. Yeah, so what we have done here is we get the global position of the player here in the main scene. Here in the main scene we get the position of the player where it is, and we get the position of the global position of that enemy ship, and we just calculate the distance or the direction between them. Okay, and then we go towards that direction. So let's get back to our code, click on scripts here, and next we normalize this distance, make a bracket and then dot normalize, save it. So this normalize thing will be, is this the correct spelling? normalized, normalized. So we normalize the direction of that vector, that's the distance between the global position, player global position, and the enemy ship global position. So this will give us the direction. Next, what we will do after that, we will move towards that direction. So for moving, we set the speed of our enemy ship, not the speed, the velocity, actually velocity by velocity equals to the enemy's velocity. That's the default variable or of the character body 2D, and we are going to just multiply it by direction multiplied by speed, like this. Save it, and now this code will actually help the enemy ship to go towards the player with these 2 lines of code. And save it. And next, let me just put this code inside the if statement, this move and slide code. Yeah, this will actually move the enemy ship, and that's much. I think that's it. Now it will move towards the player. The enemy ship will move towards the player. And next we have to instantiate the enemy ship from the main scene. So let's go to the main scene here in the script of the main scene, and here if we search here on spin spawn time, on enemy spawn timer timeout. Yeah, so this is how we have instantiated the enemy scene, the first enemy, that this enemy. So what we have done here is once the timer is finished or timed out, then we have created an enemy, yeah, enemy scene, then instantiate. Next we have calculated the screen's width, and then we have assigned a global position for our enemy ship, yeah, and we have assigned a random x position, and next we have added that enemy inside the scene by add_child. This way we have instantiated the enemy scene, and we will just use similar code for our enemy ship instantiation also. So let's do that first here. First of all, we are going to, yeah, we have to actually preload our enemy ship scene. So let's preload it @on ready var. Next we are going to make a variable called enemy underscore _IP ship underscore scene scene equals to preload preload, and inside here we are going to drag our scene. Where is it? The scenes folder. We have got the enemy ship TSN, yeah, so we just drag it. We don't have to press control, drag it and release and save. So this will be our enemy ship scene, and this enemy ship scene variable will hold this enemy ship scene. Save it, and next here let's just add enemies. Yeah, so I will just click enter here, and inside this function, once the timer is timeout, I'll just add the enemy ship. So first of all, var I will call it enemy underscore ship ship equals to enemy ship scene. Where is it? Enemy ship scene, enemy ship scene dot ins instantiate. So once we have instantiated, we will also assign the position for our ship, enemy underscore ship dot global global underscore posit and position io and position equals to just copy the same code here, this code, yeah, Control C, Control V, and now this will make the X position random. Yeah, it might appear from anywhere from the top, but from specific Y position. Next we are going to add our enemy scene, add underscore child enemy underscore ship. Save it. And that's it. I think we are done, and we can just look at our initial code right now. So let's click on the play button. See, look, oh my god, the Kamikaze planes have just, oh god, what happened? And that's how the Kamikaze planes arrive. Look, a lot of Kamikaze planes ships, and that's how we add the Kamikaze planes. But these are different types of enemy, and we don't want it this enemy ship to be instantiated just like this, the asteroid. Yeah, so asteroid are some kind of passive enemies, but these enemy ships are some kind of active enemies. Yeah, so they need to be instantiated or created according to different time. So let's make a different timer for instantiating our enemy ship. For that, we go to the main scene, click on the main scene here. So we have got the enemy spawn timer for spawning the passive enemies, the asteroid enemies, and let's make a new timer. So let's click on the main, right click, and then add a child node, and let's search for timer, timer timer, create, and let's call our timer array and d random spawn spawn timer timer. Okay, so we are going to make this timer spawn these enemy ships at a random amount of time. So not regularly, but in a random amount they are going to be instantiated in the game. For that, we might want other things. Okay, first of all, let's drag our timer inside our code. Yeah, drag it, hold control and release. So we have got the random spawn timer here that will hold a random spawn timer node. Next, we need other set of variables also. First of all, let's create a variable called var max underscore enemy underscore spawn spawn underscore timer timer equals to I'm going to set it to 5 seconds. Okay, so maximum amount of time that we might have to wait is 5 seconds for our enemy ship to spawn. And next, minimum amount var mean underscore enemy underscore spawn spawn underscore timer timer equals to 2 seconds. So the minimum amount of time that we might have to wait is 2 seconds for an enemy to spawn, and the maximum time we might have to wait is 5 seconds. So between these two times, enemy can spawn at any random amount of time. Can be in 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, or 5 seconds. And next, we have actually used a screen width variable to store the viewport size. Yeah, width of the viewport. So let's make it a global variable here, var screen underscore width. Width. Save it. And next, instead of calculating the screen width every time we need to spawn, because we don't our viewport size doesn't change between the game, so we can actually copy this code, Control C, and place it inside the onReady function here. Yeah, screen width equal to get underscore viewport dot size dot x, and that will set the screen width, and we can utilize it from inside any function now. Save it Now this screen width will be accessed from this outside global variable that will be set when it's ready, when our node or the main node becomes ready. Save it. And next we want to make another function that will start the timer. For that, let's make a function here, func. I'll just say start start underscore spawn spawn underscore timer timer. Yeah. So here we are going to set the timer. So we are going to make a variable called wait time, wait wait underscore time equals to, so we are going to wait for a random amount of time between the maximum and minimum amount of time. Yeah. So rand. So for that I will just use the same rand I underscore range function and just put here max minimum min mean spawn timer comma max spawn enemy spawn timer. So this will get a number between 2 to 5. Next we will just start the timer here. random random spawn timer dot start, and inside here we are going to send the argument wait time, and this will start the timer every time in a random fashion. And now let's click on the random spawn timer, and then in the node I don't see anything. What happened? Let's click on again node. Okay, I got the signal, timeout signal. Click on the timeout signal and connect. Now we have got the signal that will execute this function once the timer is timeout. Yeah, on random spawn timer timeout. So if our timer is finished or the time is out, then we are going to start our timer again. So first we are going to spawn the enemy. Yeah, span spawn the enemy ship, and next we are going to start the timer start spawn timer. So we need to make a function that will spawn the enemy. So let's make another function, func underscore spawn underscore enemy underscore ship ship. So this function will spawn the enemy ship. Let's just write pass here for now, and here we are going to call this function spawn enemy ship. So once the timer starts and the timer is timeout, then it will spawn the enemy ship. Here we have just have to write the code here, and next it will start another timer again. Yeah, and it will be a random amount of time between 2 to 5 seconds. So let's spawn the enemy here, enemy ship. So we have actually got the code here. Yeah, var enemy ship instantiated. We just copy our code here, Control X, got it. So we don't want the old function here, and here we are going to paste it, Control V, and now enemy ship will be instantiated here. Next it will be given a different random amount of position, and then it will be added inside the scene, add child. Save it, and I think now it's done. It will be spawned at different amounts of time in randomly. Let's see, play. Where is it? Oh, we are not seeing our enemy ship. Yeah, stop it. Let's see what has happened. Oh, we haven't called the timer, I think. Yeah, spawn timer. So we need to call one time on the ready function, I think. Let's go up here. Yeah, once our scene is ready, then we have to call it once. Yeah, the timer. Which timer is it? What's the name of the function? Yeah, start spawn timer. So we call it here as start spawn timer, and now it will be called, yeah, this timer. So we haven't done anything here. We didn't do auto start from here. We actually started the timer from our function, and save it. And we have set the wait time also differently, like this. Yeah, even though it is written here 1 seconds, it will be different. Save it. Now let's see, play. Look, the Kamikaze or the enemy ship have arrived, and they are not letting me go. Another ship arrived at a random speed also. And look, stop it. So our enemy ships have arrived, but we have to make them able to destroy. Right now we cannot destroy it, and they also cannot destroy the player. So let's make that one. For that, let's go to our enemy ship here, and next what do we do? I think we have to go to, first of all, let's destroy the enemy ships. Yeah, so to destroy the enemy ship, we just go to, okay, first of all, let's make them collide with our player. So for that, let's go to player GD here, and we have actually got the function to check if it is enemies or not here. Yeah, on player area body entered, where body dot is in group enemies. So if the body is in the group enemies, then we will execute this code. So this is actually the enemy. We have checked it for the what we call our this asteroid enemy. Yeah, so this asteroid enemy has the node explosion animation. Yeah, and we have just made it play the explosion animation, then hide it, then restart. We do different things here, take damage. So here we are going to check the same thing. First of all, let's go to our enemy ship, and let's click on the enemy ship, the root node, and let's click in the node, and let's click in the groups, and here we are going to assign it enemies. So this enemy ship will belong to this enemies group also. Save it. And now, so if this enemy ship enters the area of this player, then it will enter inside this if block. Yeah, body is in the group enemies. So now the body is in the group enemies. Next we have to check if it is an enemy ship or not. Yeah, so we have checked here if it is that this enemy or not. Yeah, by checking if it has not called explosion animation. So to check this enemy ship, if it is this enemy ship or not, let's go to our enemy ship script, and let's give it a class name. Okay, here I will give a class name called CLS class underscore name, and I will call it enemy shipc. Save it. Now this node's class name will be enemy ship, and that we can recognize. And let's get back to the player GD, and now in here we are going to check the same thing. Yeah, if the body is enemy ship or not. So here I'll make another else if statement ELLIF if body dot if body is ENEM enemy ship. Yeah, if the body is enemy ship, then what do we do? First of all, we take damage underscore DAMAG damage. Yeah, and next we also have to make the explosion animation. Yeah, so we haven't done anything right now. Save it. Let's go back to our enemy ships, and here let's make a function for explosion. Fancy func. What do we say? start underscore expl explosion, and in here we are going to just play that animation, explosion animation. Let me get back to our, where is it, AnimatedSprite2D. Here, this explosion animation, we will play it. Here we are going to just write ANIMA, yeah, AnimatedSprite2D, this one, this node, and we are going to play, and the name of the animation is explosion, this one. Yeah, we are going to play this animation, explosion animation, play. And next we make okay, we connect a node or a signal. Once the explosion is finished, we are going to delete that, delete our enemy instant. For that, click on the AnimatedSprite2D. Next click on the signals, yeah, here in the node, and animation finished. Yeah, click here, connect. So this function will be executed once the animation is finished. It starts from here, and once it reaches this 8th frame, then it will call this function on AnimatedSprite2D finished. Then we are going to delete our enemy ship. To delete, we use the function called QUE free. Save it, and I think that's it. Let's see. So what did we do? We go to the player and we checked if the body that is entering in the player is the enemy ship or not. Then we just write take damage, and next, after taking damage, what do? We call the body dot its function. What was its function? Start explosion. Yeah, and then the start explosion function will be called. Then it will just show this explosion animation, and then it will delete itself from the scene. And also one thing, let's also use this one also, body dot get not collision shape 2D set default disabled. So we need to do this, cause if we do not disable the collision shape, it will just keep on colliding until it's done with its animation. Yeah, so let's call this one also, Control C, Control V. Yeah, body dot get not collision shape 2D set default disabled true. We will disable the collision shape 2D for now, because we have actually detected the collision, so we don't want it to detect it again and again. And also you will have to make it at the last. Let's take damage at the last. Yeah, once the explosion is finished. Save it, and I think that's it. Now let's see if our enemy ship takes damage or not. Player ship, play, and yeah, the explosion animation also played and it took damage. Look, it's also restart. So right now the health is 3, and now the health has become 2. Next ship 1, the last one. Yeah, start stop it. And next we need to be able to destroy the enemy ship also, and let's do that. For that we go to the bullet scene, here, and in the bullet scene here, so we have detected another enemy here. If the body is in the group enemies, yes, the body is in the group enemies, then we have to destroy it. Let's destroy here. We are going to use elif, and we are going to check body is enemy ship or not. So if it is enemy ship, then what do we do? body dot start explosion. Do the same thing. We start the explosion. We also do this thing also. We don't want it to collide again and again. Copy. Disable the collision shape. And next what do we do is we add the score. So if we hit the asteroid, then we are going to add score 10. Let me just cut it and place it inside here. For the asteroid we are going to add score 10, and if we hit the copy, and if we hit the enemy ship, we are going to add 20 scores. Because it's a higher level enemy, higher tier enemy. Save it. And I think that's it. Do we have to do anything else? No. Save it. And let's see. I think that's done. Play. And let's see the score also. Right now it's 0. Oh my god, that was so fast. 40, look the score. 60. And if I hit this one, oh god, that's so fast. And let me show you one thing, the glitch. I hit the enemy ship here, and it just, the explosion animation comes towards the player. So we don't want it that. Stop it. Let's go to the enemy ship here. And where is it? Here. Once it starts exploding, I would like to just keep that explosion in the same place. That means this speed I will set it to 0 here. Speed speed, which was set to different random number, will be set to 0 once we start exploding. Save it. Now let's see. Play. Okay, now done. Once it gets hit by bullet, it does not come near. That's it. And the next thing to do is the sound effects. Right now I haven't added any sound effects for the Kamikaze plane, and even though it's destroyed, we do not hear the sound of it being destroyed. So we will do that kind of sound effects in the next video, I think, by using a different kind of technique called autoload that will help us manage many sound effects. And for today, thank you guys. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.